Hey friends, welcome back to math. Excuse me, my voice is going in and out. All right, we are on lesson 8 of module 5 today. So let's go ahead and get started and see what we're going to look at today, okay? All right, lesson 8. I can partition shapes and identify halves and quarters of circles and rectangles. So it sounds confusing, but it's not. It's not that confusing. Partition just means that I can make, like, here's a whole shape, right? And if I partition it, make it into 2 shapes, or I can make it into 4 to make the whole. That's what it's wanting us to do today, okay? Super easy, just sounds really funky. All right, so I can partition shapes and identify halves and quarters of circles and rectangles. So let's get started down here on our application problem. All right, friends, you should have your whiteboard. You should have a marker. You should have something to erase with. Left my eraser over here. There we go. I'm gonna get my hat. Got my detective hat on. I'm ready to solve some number mysteries. Let's get started. If you don't have your stuff and you need to go get it, push pause, go get it, because you do need working these out. Peter and Fran each give, or let's try that again. Peter and Fran each have an equal number of pattern blocks. There are 12 pattern blocks all together. How many pattern blocks does Fran have? Okay, so let's look at that for clues. Peter and Fran each have an equal number of pattern blocks. Okay, so right there gives us a bunch of information. We have Peter and Fran, and they each have an equal number of pattern blocks. Equal means the same, okay? So actually, let's do it this way. I want to put Peter here and here. Now, I don't know how many they have. I just know that they have the same exact amount. So I'm going to make a tape diagram. I'm going to divide it right down the middle, okay? Because they both have the same amount. It says there are 12 pattern blocks all together. All together, that's my total. Okay, so if they have equals amounts and it equals 12, how many are they each going to have? Let's think about that. Let's draw out 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not right. That's not an equal amount. So where could I put my equal amount? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still have 2 here, so I got to separate them right here. So they're each going to have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So how many pattern blocks does Fran have? Fran has 6 pattern blocks. All right, did we answer the question? Yes, we did. It wanted to know how many pattern blocks Fran had. Fran has 6 pattern blocks. Now, can I really solve this using a number sentence? No, because I don't have enough information. All I knew was there were 12 altogether and they were divided into 2 equal parts. I don't have a number that I could subtract, or I don't have a number I could start from to add. I just had 12 as my total. But I know that 6 and 6 is a double makes 12. And we even drew it out to show this person had 6, this person had 6. They're the same, okay? So be careful on those. Those can be tricky. All right, friends, you can erase your board and let's get ready to work with I believe it's Miss Kaylin today. So I'm going to pause and get our video ready. Oops. All right, friends, I've got the board ready. I've actually got these cool little things. You don't have these, and actually Miss Kaylin isn't going to have these either, but that's okay. I just thought they'd be easier for us to visualize things. Okay, so let's get started.
to class, my marvelous mathematicians. It's Miss Kaylin here, ready to guide you through another lesson. Today, we will be splitting circles and rectangles into halves and quarters. For today's lesson, you will need your circles and rectangles template.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I did put this in your Google Classroom, so if you have access to a print, you're more than welcome to print this off and use to follow along in our lesson. I did not print mine off, and that's okay. Miss Kaylin is going to show what we need to see on hers, and I can always draw out what I need to on mine, just like you can draw it on yours, okay?
And take a moment to take that template and slide it into your whiteboard. When you're ready, press play and we'll get started. Welcome back. Let's get started with today's lesson. Last night, Mother and I decided to share a small pizza. I said, you can cut the pizza. But when he cut it, it looked like this.
Well, that's not very fair.
Mathematicians, why do you think he's upset when he split the pizza like this?
It's not equal, is it? I bet she's getting a smaller piece.
Yeah, because it's not fair. It wasn't equal split. His piece is so much bigger than it. He would have gotten this huge side, because I know him. He would have taken the bigger piece. And I would be left with this little bitty pizza and still be hungry. If my brother and I share this pizza fairly, we each need to have an equal sized piece. To have 1/2 of the pizza, side needs to be the same size. That would be half when both sides are the same size. Mathematician, on your template, go to the circle pizza. Take a moment and split the pizza in half.
I'm going to use this
Remember,
as my circle pizza.
half means both sides are equal. I'm going to do that while you do it behind my secret wall.
Now, if you have your paper, you can follow along. I'm going to use this as my pizza. And look, I can draw a line straight down the middle, and that's half.
Did you split your pizza
I
in
could
half?
also go this way with it.
Let's see it. That's so much more fair. Now the pizza is split in half, and both sides are equal. Another way you could have done it, we could have split it in half horizontally as well, as long as both sides are equal. Sometimes we like to get the Sicilian pizza. Sicilian pizzas are shaped like rectangles. Isn't that fun? A rectangular pizza. How can we cut this to be in 2 equal parts or 2 halves of the pizza? On your whiteboard again, I want you to go to the rectangular pizza.
I'm going to draw this.
I want you to draw a line to show how we could cut this pizza in half. I'm going to go behind my secret wall and do it too.
You
Go
can
ahead and
draw
a
your
line to show
rectangle,
half of the pizza.
and then we want to draw half, okay? So you could either draw it this way and show that it's equal this way, or you could draw it this
Did you draw
way.
a line to show half? This is what I did. This is an
Oh, she
interesting
did
way
hers
to
a
show
different way.
half.
She went,
Let me show you
here to
something so you
here.
can see it more easily.
look at that.
Both sides are the same. Both sides are the equal size. Let's see another way we could have done it. You could have drawn a line straight down.
Just like we did at the beginning.
Now, do we still have half?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we do. You could have also drawn the line like that.
Just like we did.
Both sides are still the same size. Sometimes we share our pizza with mom and dad too. Mathematicians draw lines to show how you would share this pizza in 4 equal parts.
Okay.
I'm going to go behind my secret wall and I'm going to draw 2. Work with me.
I'm going to pause her. That way, if you need to draw out a rectangle, you can. Now, I want to draw this into 4 equal parts. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it down the center just like that. Now I have 2 equal parts, but I need 4. So could I, are these still equal parts? Yeah, they're all the same size. Now I could do it another way too. I could also divide it in half this way I could divide this one in half and this one in half. Are these 4 parts equal? Yes, they are.
4 equals. Are you?
We're ready. Let's do it.
Here we go. This is what my 4 equal parts look like. I drew a line down and across to show 4 equal parts. Does yours look anything like mine?
That one.
These are all fourths of, or we can say quarters of, the pizza. It would be cut into 4 equal pieces, all of the same size. Now, mathematicians, let's look at something interesting. Remember when Miss Kaylin drew a diagonal and we saw that both sides were equal pieces when we turned those on their sides?
Mm-hmm.
Now, mathematicians, let's be fourths. That's a little tricky. Even though the pieces don't look like the same size, we did see that these 2 sides were the same. And if we took half and broke it in half again, we would see all 4 of these pieces actually would be the same size pizza. This is another way to show fourths of or quarters of a rectangle. Another way you could have cut your pizza is by drawing lines down or vertical.
Just like I did.
Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 equal slices that I drew down. This slice would be the same size as the next slice, and the same thing for the next slice and the last slice. All 4 would be equal size. Now let's try quarters or fourths of the circle-shaped pizza. Draw lines to show how you could make forks with cuts.
Okay, I'm gonna pause
I'll go
again.
behind my secret wall and work while you work.
Now I'm gonna make a circle. This time I'm gonna actually draw the. You can draw a circle too. Let's do 2 of them. Okay, so I want to draw these into fourths. So that's 4 equal parts. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut it in half. Okay, so now I have 2 equal parts, but then I need to make 4. So I'm going to draw another line, right, like this. Okay, now I have 4 equal parts. Now on the rectangle, we went straight down the lines. Can we do that? Let's see, I draw it in half here. I'm gonna draw there and there. Are those equal parts? No, they're not. Look, this one's much smaller, so I can't do that. Okay.
Making fourths. Are you erase and start over a few times because my lines weren't very straight? That's okay. I worked hard. I think I have it. This is how I showed fourths. I'm going to try fourths one more time. You tell me if this is fourths.
Oh, did we decide that was fourths?
Okay, mathematicians, did I show fourths?
No.
Well, I have 1, 2, 4 pieces, but I don't think this is fourths.
Because they're not
Why
the same
is this
size,
not
right?
Fourths?
They have to be the same size.
Not fourths because these pieces are not the same size. This piece is much smaller than the piece next to it. If 4 people sharing a pizza, how many pieces do we need to cut the pizza into?
Fourths.
We need to cut it into 4 pieces. And what would we call each of those pieces?
Fourths.
Would we call them halves, fourths. Fourths. It's in the name. We would cut them into fourths. What about if you had two people sharing a pizza? I would cut my pizza into halves. We would cut it into two equal pieces that we call halves. Mathematician, take a look at this shape. It's called a quarter circle. How do you think it got its name?
Don't we need 4 quarters to make $1?
Why would we call this a quarter circle? Well,
Like
I know you can
4
cut
quarters to make a
a
whole.
circle into quarters or fourths. So maybe this is one of them. Yes, let's see it on top of a whole circle. Oh, there you go. It's called a quarter circle because it's 1/4 of the whole circle. If this is called a quarter circle, mathematician, what this shape is called?
Half.
What could this shape be called? It's half of the circle. We call this a half circle. It comes from a whole circle that got cut in half. Mathematicians, we learned so many amazing words today, and you did a great job with your equal sharing. Now me and my brother won't have to fight over the pizza. Let's give our brain some love for wonderful thinking. Repeat after me. My brain is great.
My brain is great.
My brain will grow.
My brain will grow.
The harder I work,
The harder I work,
the more I'll know.
the more I'll know.
And that's so true. Come as we transition to your problem set. Your math problems are 1 through 4. You'll have 10 minutes to work your absolute hardest. And remember, sharing is caring. I'll see you next time.
Bye, Miss Kaylin. All right, go to our problem set. Oh, I have it ready. Let's go down. There we go. All right. We are doing 1, 2, 3, and 4. Number 1 says, are the shapes divided into halves? Write yes or no. You are going to look at A, B, C, D, E, and F. You tell me, is it half? Remember, a half has to be equal. They have to have the same or same side, like they have to be the same. Okay. So look at A. Is this shape equal to this shape? No. So I'm going to type no right here. I'm going to say no. Okay. Look at the next one. Is this equal to this? Yes or no? Is this equal to this? Yes. We're going to do all of these. Okay. 2. Are the shapes divided into quarters? Remember, quarters were the 4. Okay. Is this, and they have to be equal, even if we did the sticky. No, we still have to do it, or the paper I did still has to be equal, all 4 sides. Okay. They all have to be equal. Look at this one. Is this equal with 4 quarters, or I'm sorry, is it equal into quarters? Yes or no? Is this equal with quarters? Yes or no? Is this one equal with quarters? Yes or no? Okay. You're going to do all of these. Number 3, color half of each shape. Now, friends, look, I'm going to use this paintbrush right here. I'm going to pick a color. I don't care what color you use as long as it's not white. Okay. And you're going to color half of each shape. I'm going to do my best. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. I can even change how big it is to make it easier. Look at that. Okay. Try to stay on the line if you can. That way I can see where the half line is. All right. Your best. And on number 4, color 1/4. Remember, 1/4 of each shape. So I'm going to, again, use my paintbrush tool here. Pick a size, pick a color, and color in 1 of those. Again, I know it's not easy to color these in with the computer. Do your best, okay? All right, so you're doing 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you've got A through F on each one of them. So make sure you're doing all of that. 1 through 4, A through F on all of them. Do your exit, turn it all into me, okay? And I will see you guys on our next lesson. But if you have any questions, just email or message me. I'll see what I can help you do. Bye, friends.